Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man giving you the truth, and I got a couple videos coming for y'all today on this Labor Day. And how fitting, because some of what I'm talking about on this video has to do with labor. But I'm talking about ninjas today. I'm talking about, in my mind and from my experience, there's a difference. See, when you hear me talking about this stuff, just understand that it don't apply to all of us. They just want it to apply to all of us. Because some of us just don't try. We just want to do evil. And it's like, get all y'all, none against Hebrew Israelites, any black person, any person is really black is a Hebrew Israelite. But some of them get on here saying that all white people going to hell and we the chosen people, this, that, and the other. Listen, because of some of the things that some of our ancestors were doing, anybody can be the chosen people. Like Peter said, God is not a respecter of persons. Acts 10:34. But in every nation, he that fears him, works righteousness, is accepted with him. And that includes white men. That includes Asian men. That includes every type of man. But you guys, some of y'all dudes prove it every day that people, melanated people, are not the chosen people. I mean, sometimes I literally don't like going, like where I am right now, I don't like going to stores over here. Because here's how it works in Wisconsin, Milwaukee in general. Even if somebody hit you first, they gonna take both of y'all to jail. Like you gonna have to answer for it, and that's lost hours, that's lost wages, that's lost everything. See, a lot of the ninjas here, if you try to be around them too much, it's going to be some type of setback. Either they're going to run a red light, hit you, they're going to try to steal your car, going to try to rob you. You see these dudes in gas stations. Like, I don't like these gas stations. This gas station I'm finna ride past right here, I don't even know if the dude lived. Guys got to fighting. I don't even know what it was about. And one of them pulled out a gun, shot both of those dudes in their heads. Right over here where I'm at. They say they hate Trump, but yet, look what Biden is doing. Look what Biden is refusing to do. Biden has proven that this political stuff can't be about color. It just can't. Biden is, if any president has ever proved that this ain't about race, it's Biden. But yet when he was getting ready to run, he says, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Okay, a vote for you is a vote against myself. So on this one, I would entitle this, some of the reasons why people don't like to live around us blacks. They lump us all in, like we all doing the stuff that they hearing about on the news, like we all doing the stuff that they see as they trying to get through traffic. Which, by the way, here, these guys are so active in these streets that they be having car accidents, doing all kind of stuff, and traffic be backed up for miles. People be late to work because of these ninjas. So, some of the reasons why people don't like living around us. Number one, because we tear up everything. Well, I ain't gonna say we, I ain't gonna put myself in the boat. Because I don't mess with nobody's property. I don't litter. I throw all my trash in the garbage. I don't throw it on the ground. See, you get to the suburbs in almost any city, it's going to be clean. It ain't going to be paper all over the ground. Why? Because they more civilized in their behavior, and because they know that that's going to bring their property value down. But ninjas don't care because they don't own no property. Like, and even myself, for instance, I had to get out of that mindset that I was in, because it was leading to failures in my life. Like you gotta get out of that mindset, and then sometimes you be in the hole, like you be behind because of it. And so that's the first thing. We don't take care of stuff. Next, they always dramatically in conflict. Like anytime, like me, I'm smooth. Like I don't be acting like that. Like, but sometimes when I go around all white people, when they don't know me, they be thinking the same thing. Like, oh, is he finna start some stuff? There's that, because they've seen it too many times. Like here at Chuck E. Cheese, how many fights have we had at Chuck E. Cheese in this area? Black people. Ninjas. So they think, that's another reason they think it's something dramatic gonna happen. The next thing, they think we gonna rob them. Like, now I understand why sometimes these store owners be following people around, because think of how many times people done stole from them. One of them even told me, he said, they just wake up to steal. If what profit is that if they're stealing everything? My son don't bother nobody. He just got into it with a guy at his job because the guy food stamp card wouldn't work, and he was trying not to swipe it, and it just ended up being a conflict. Like, that's not my son's fault that his card didn't work. But that's how they think, though. They think everything is somebody else's fault, which not holding yourself accountable leads to misbehavior. Let me say it again. Not holding yourself accountable leads to misbehavior. It does. So when you don't hold yourself accountable, you're not gonna have any goals. You're not gonna have a vision. You're gonna be in survival mode all the time, which is my next reason. They always in survival mode. Survival mode includes trying to rob people. People get carjacked every day here in this area, in Milwaukee, Shorewood, West Allis, all over this area. And you know who doing most of them? Take a wild guess. They even carjacked our county executive, but they didn't know how to work his car because he had I think he had a Bentley or a Rolls Royce, so they didn't know how to operate it, so they got out and ran, hopped in another car and left. Next reason goes in line with what I'm just saying. They always stealing. Like just the other day, a guy comes in my yard and he throws some bottles in the garbage. I'm like, he just was casing, because they don't use the garbage cans, most of them. They throw it on the ground. He's trying to see what's going on. But I'm telling you, this ain't no game. See, this is why y'all be wondering, like, why stuff always be happening. Some of those murders that happen because people be invading people's space. It's not always the CCW owner coming up short. It's not. A lot of these people just don't know how to leave people and their property alone, which is another reason. When people buy a car and when people buy a house, they don't buy a car for it to get stolen. They don't buy a house for it to get broken into. Listen, I don't got no pity. Listen, if you, the ones that are the people I'm talking about, I don't got no pity on you. You're not my people. You're not. You're not. Like, if you are endangering the community, how can I say, call you a brother? I'm cursing myself. That's like me calling you a brother and you not trying to be a brother. You trying to be an animal. Like on my car, like I got raccoon prints all over my car. All over my car because of, I don't even know. I can't understand why they be walking over my car. See, that's how these dudes is. That's how they is. But if I do something to the raccoon, though, I'm in the wrong. So, stealing and inviting themselves to people's stuff. Next, they act like they don't want to hide nothing. See, this is what they do. And it's the certain ones that I don't like. Like, the older people here, most of them is cool. Like, they ain't gonna do much of nothing. Casual conversation. Go about their business. They done worked or they working. They ain't gonna steal no cars. They ain't gonna break in no houses unless they on drugs. The main only thing with the older people is they be addicted to drugs. That's the main thing. But these younger people who follow all these rappers, these current rappers, they want the bling, they want the drip, as they call it. But they don't want to do legal things to get it. They want to rob other people, which makes you a bum, makes you a loser. See, stop focusing on how you dress. It's what you do to make you a loser. If you at school playing and not doing your work, loser. You on the first step to being a loser. It don't matter how good you dress. Don't matter how clean your clothes is. If you breaking in people's house, if you breaking in people's cars, hoping to find money, loser. And that's what we had going. Like, I be telling my kids and stuff all the time. That dude do not live. I can almost tell the young guys that live over here and that don't. Be like, he just over here trying to steal. And then I'm starting to question some of y'all intelligence because y'all be taking up for these guys. Like in Milwaukee, I know police officers. I'm friends with a couple. Or, well, I'm friends with one. I associate with a lot of them. So they tell me how every time they trying to arrest somebody who might be obstructing them or being disorderly, people start whipping out their phones, getting all in their business, telling them, don't do this, don't do that. Like, let's get off that GF stuff. Get off of that. That's another thing. A lot of us don't look intelligent. You don't look intelligent. And what I mean by that is you take up for criminals too much. There's a place for criminals. You say, well, you used to be like that too. You're right. You're right. I had some of those ways, but I wasn't nowhere near what these dudes is. I don't care what nobody say. I didn't do some of the stuff they do. I did rarely anything they do. And the conflicts that I had in the streets, that's the main thing you could probably try to bring up. But you will never see me shooting around little kids and stuff like that. When old people and stuff like that. We used to be like, hey, man, chill out, man. Too many kids. We'll catch you. We'll catch you. So they invite themselves to your stuff. They don't have no goals. They want everything, but they don't want to do nothing. They don't want to start a business. They don't want to go to college. They just want to take it from you. They thrive on your fear. They like wolves. Howling. Ooh, that howl don't mean nothing to me. They like wolves, and I got the silver bullet. So what I do, and I heard Monk Mo Maniacs, I heard several YouTubers say the same thing. The best way to deal with all of this is avoidance. Avoidance. I go to stores further out. I only go to the stores over here if I have to, or early morning when them vampire ninjas is asleep. It's like you black, you can barely get anything going. For one, half of them don't got no money. Two, they so against you. Like even the way they look, I gotta figure out a way to record. I want y'all to see how black people look at each other in Milwaukee. And like I say, it's not normally the older ones. It's them teens, 20s, and some rare occurrences, early 30s. And you think you don't. Man, I'm trying to tell you. So I go to certain stores and when I start seeing too many of them at store, it's time to pick another store. Because either if they too young, they're going to try to ask you to buy a blunt. They're going to ask you for some change, or they're going to case you up and down, seeing if you scared enough for them to try to rob you. I went in the store the other day. Dude looking all at me. I'm like, I was finna say something. I said, he ain't worth it. I'll just get him if he tries something. That's how that's going to go. So I ignored him. He looking at me all, dude. I was finna say, man, I don't go there, man. If you interested in guys that look like me, you got to find a one that might be interested in you. But me, I have no interest in my gender. That's just being honest. Now, if you do that, go somewhere and find somebody that might accommodate you. But if you think you're going to just run my pockets, it's more going to have to happen with that, man. More going to have to happen with that. I just stay away from. And all of y'all dudes on YouTube talking all this, we are the world, we are, chosen people, all this talk. Y'all need to go somewhere and sit down. Y'all grifting. Y'all grifting. Black people ain't gonna never unite. Y'all grifting. Y'all sending these dudes super chats, who some of them is agents. They setting y'all up for the okie doke. Black people hate each other too much to unite. And I don't hate black people. That's the God honest truth. I just don't like some of them. I don't like the ninjas. I don't like the thieves. I don't like the ones just looking for quick coming. I don't like the stick 'em up kids. I don't like the ones that go through here driving reckless, running red lights. I don't like certain ones. Can't stay out of jail. Now, I know some guys that's in jail right now that I like them, and I tried to talk to them. It's just, I don't know if they're around the wrong people or they just not trying hard enough. Some of these kids is likable kids, but they got to make better decisions. To me, you a op if you stealing cars. You might steal mine. My car been stolen. You a op if you not doing your best. You making babies, but then you disappearing on them. You can't stay out of jail to raise your kids. But you always making them. Wing ding, always out. Put that wing ding up until you grow up a little bit. Put it up. Do it yourself until you grow up a little bit. Another is they always trying to act tough. I'm going to tell you, I don't think people really care about the music thing as long as you don't start trying to live it out. I don't care if you smell like a weed patch, as long as you ain't on no garbage. If the worst thing you do is listen to music and smoke weed, I might not embrace you, you know what I mean? Unless you act like you want to learn something. But I ain't gonna have a problem. I told you, I have a problem with the ones that be starting stuff, that'll be shooting at each other around your house, looking you up and down, always trying to involve you in their mess, stealing. It's certain ones. Leave people alone. Leave their stuff alone. Y'all out here talking about they got a phrase. I don't know if they use it everywhere. But in Milwaukee, they say you out here fucked up. But it really be them. You can't say that about nobody if you're a thief. You can't say that about nobody if you rob people. You out here effed up. You. So, if those the worst two things you do, but you'll go to work every day, you don't start no trouble, hey man, that's you. Listen to whatever music you want. It's the ones who start trouble that I'm talking about. The women who be knowing they got a boyfriend who is a goon, very insecure, very jealous, but yet they out here giving people their number, giving people their Instagram. They start stuff too. Then they look at you. They be hating. I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you like this, man. I think all women is similar. But one thing I say that I'm noticing, that it is some truth to it. Some of these black women hate black men. I experience it when I be delivering. Like I had one delivery where she intentionally was trying not to do it. And it was paying a lot. And I was sitting there furious like, what the hell is wrong with you? Do I look like somebody you don't like? And then the way they look at you sometimes. You wonder why people go into other countries looking for women. Because of you. If you the best they could get, look, hey, sign me up. Passport bros. I'm going to be a passport bro. If some of these women is the best I could get, I might as well be a passport bro. And just only mess with women when I'm out of the country. Because they start stuff. They don't steal as much. Not the ones here. They'll work. But it's their attitudes. It's some of the stuff they do. Like they instigate stuff between guys. They kids is unruly. Yeah, you got to work. I understand you got Pookie and Ray Ray who ain't going to do nothing. They think they being soft by working. Brainwashed by these rappers. I refuse to work a 9 to 5. Then you need to work something. You gonna do some Instacart? Go do some Instacart then. You don't want to work a job? Go do Instacart. You can't get, well, I got felonies. You somebody, well, I'm gonna watch what I say. But the women, they instigate, they be hating, be acting jealous. You a dude who don't want them and you got your stuff together, they gonna try to find a way to mess over you. They gonna find a way to mess over you. And that's a lot of them. It ain't, when I'm talking about this stuff, I'm not talking about everybody, just a lot of people. If you get food stamps is supposed to be temporary while you climb back up to feed yourself with cash. It's temporary. Nobody should be on food stamp 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. That's enough time to get a PhD. Food stamps supposed to be like 8 months, 1 year, while you getting back up. Me personally, don't really want them, ain't dealing with them. But people will get into that mentality. They hate Trump. They say Trump is for the rich. Get rich then. And people are trying to keep you in that box. Another reason why people don't want to be around us is because, and I think I mentioned this somewhat earlier in this broadcast, no accomplishments. No accomplishments. Not trying to do nothing. What do you do every day? What are you doing to try to help your kids? You say, I got bad credit. That bad credit alone ain't gonna stop you. My credit ain't the best because of things in the past. It'll get better though. It's getting better. But to sum this up, some of the reasons, let's just go back over. 1, too dramatic, always in the fights, conflict. People don't be wanting that, so they don't want us around. 2, all that stealing, starting trouble, robbing people, carjacking people. And they see a lot of us. Some of them done been carjacked before. It could be trauma for them to see some of us this color. Because of stuff that some of us this color did to people they know, did to them. And that's why some of us blacks, some of us that are not a problem don't even want to be around the rest. And I'm one of them. Like, I ain't gonna steal nothing. I can need everything and I ain't gonna steal. Now, I can't. I'm not gonna sit up here and be a liar and say that my plan is never to steal. But them peoples, who knows how bad they gonna make it. But all that stealing, breaking in houses, breaking in cars, shooting, fighting, people at the mall all clean. The mall is all clean and stuff like that. And people at the mall fighting. Another thing, we like being in gangs. People don't want to be around no gangs. They don't trust them. cliques. Let me show you the difference between a clique in the 90s and the clique today. I just so happen to be in a clique in the 90s. But you know what we used to tell people in our neighborhood? You ain't got nothing to worry about. And nobody gonna come over here with it. The older guys used to be in the bar with us. Because they knew that I wasn't gonna let nobody come in there and bother. 2 in the morning, walking home. Because they knew wasn't nobody gonna mess with them. Now, none of that matter. They tear up everything. They don't respect elders. So, you know, those are some of the things. You can't even get a package around some of these ninjas. You get packages, you better grab them right away or they gonna take it. Especially if they see a swoosh sign. Ooh, Nikes, Nikes, Nikes. These me. They say, these me. Man, get the hell out of here, little punk. Go buy your own shoes, you little chump. Yeah, I'm saying it. You say, oh, he's not speaking like a prophet. Yes, I am. You think the Most High thinks highly of the people I'm talking about? No. He's probably thinking, looking at them like, this is what they do with the life I gave them. But anyway, I just want to talk about that a little bit. This is Truth Man. Channel is the No Matrix. No being a bum, being a thief. You misrepresenting. You misrepresenting. If our ancestors had the chance you got, they would not be doing this stuff. No simping. All of this stuff is a form of simping. If you terrorizing your community, you are a simp. It doesn't matter what you do with women. You're a simp. The All Subjects channel. We talk about everything over here. This video don't went kind of long, but thanks for watching and keep tuning in for more videos.